Hello. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, hi,
Hi.
Deepa.
Hi.
Lakshmi. So let's get started.
Amit, can I ask a doubt? I mean, one or two doubts in the
Oh,
assignment.
yes, please.
Even I have the doubts in assignment.
Yeah, can I
Sure.
share my screen?
Please, please.
You can see, right, my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. The seventh one, they're asking create scatter plot for profit and sales across customers and add a parameter, select top and sales. And they're asking customers who have returned a order in red and who are not in green.
Hmm.
So for that, I just dragged the status field on color. Is it correct?
So that will come with color, right? So then you would have done that Elias name.
Yeah,
You would have
I
done
just
Elias,
renamed.
right?
Yeah, I just created aliases names, but that
Yeah.
simply I just dragged to color. Is fine, right?
Right.
Okay, and the third one, they're asking cumulative sales and profit. They're asking line chart and asking us to draw, I mean, chart between sales and profit. So I did. I just added this running total. Is it correct?
And yes, yes. So it will keep on getting added.
Yeah, running total.
Every
I selected quick table calculation.
yes. Yeah.
I created dual chart. Correct, right?
Yeah, this is correct.
Okay, okay. And I just needed help on this fifth chart. I'm not able to do this. They're asking to create a chart with sales. I mean map. On that, they're asking this quantity buckets calculated field using pie chart on map. That I'm not able to do. I just created the map. This one. So if I draw this quantity buckets to color and it's just giving me a dot, I mean, it's not giving a pie chart or something like that. I don't
Change
understand.
that marks to pi. No, after dragging into the color shelf, I don't know whether it is right or not. Amit should correct us. Change that marks card from automatic to pi.
This one.
Uh-huh. Yes. Amit, is this correct? Did like this
So this is
manner.
how we do it. We have to change that marks in this. So which is right now is a circle, you change it into pi.
No,
If
this
you
was
hold,
trial and error. Is this the efficient way of doing it? I want to know.
and this is the way that we do it.
Okay.
So I need to just simply drag this. They're asking the, um,
Quantity buckets, right? So now if you go on the
yeah,
chart now, go to the
yeah.
chart.
Mm-hmm,
Now just hover on that pie chart. Pie
mm-hmm.
chart. So you should be able to see it, right? That quantity bucket 10 to 25, right?
Yeah,
So you can see this. So this is where you can see all the numbers now. And you can click on size to make the pie charts a little big if you want.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So I need to change the on. I just one last quick thing. Here we need to. They're asking to connect a join between order data and returns data. Make sure all data from the order step 2 should be imported. Here we need to do left join, right?
So you have to join the orders and the returns. Correct.
On left join.
Left join.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did that left join. And one last thing. Here they're asking to create a parameter with options with sales,
Mm.
shipping, and discount. This I couldn't do. Can you show me how to do this?
Sure. So you go over there on your tablet.
Yeah,
Now
I
create a new parameter.
yeah I just yeah here.
You have to use list. Now in the list, write the values. Right in the list, first value, yes. Right over here, first value as what was it?
Say
Sales.
and display just why okay, I need to just give the
This will
names.
come out. This will come automatically. Don't worry on that. Just write
Okay.
sales. Go to the second row. Change the data type. Data type is not float. It should be string. Now write it. Okay. Profit.
Okay. There's I think discount and shipping. Okay, so okay, based on this, if I create a calculated field, it takes the values from here, right?
Yes, yes. Now you have these three values. Now if you say if that in the select KPI, if the value is sales, then you have to show sales. Else if it is discount, you have to showcase discount. Else if else shipping.
Yeah. So it should take from it will take from the table, right? The values.
So you click on OK now. So if you click on OK now, this is a parameter, right? So now what will happen
Yeah.
is you can say show parameter. Right click and say show parameter. Now a person will select from this parameter, right? He can select
Yeah.
sales, he can select discount, he can select shipping. Now what happens is, suppose now what you need to do is, have you created that calculate field? Now
No. I didn't create.
do that.
I'll do that. Okay.
I did that calculated field, but I need to check with you whether it is correct or not.
So now what you do is you call it as KPI field. So give it a name as KPI field. If if select KPI space select KPI, the name of the parameter. Yeah, if this value is equals to sales in the double quotes, yeah, like sales, then you have to pick the column of sales. So the idea is that those three questions are in continuation, correct? You would have noticed.
Yeah.
So it's right. Else if, when you write else if set KPI equal to discount. Yeah.
And discount.
Now last else.
Shipping. Yeah.
Apply and okay. Okay. Now you have to make a chart. That is the next question.
Yeah. I'll do it from there later.
Okay, 11th question. So
Yeah.
create a bar chart using the hierarchy in the point 8 and plot the profit and the calculated fee. That's it.
Yeah.
Product. Yeah. That field, KPI field.
Yeah.
Put it in the rows.
Yeah.
See, now it is showing you sales. In the KPI, now change it.
Yeah.
Without discount, right? Now it's showing discount. Similarly, if you click on shipping, it will show you shipping.
Yeah. Thank you, Amit. Yeah. These are my doubts. Yeah. I didn't try rest of the questions. Thank you. Can I stop staring?
Ahmed, can I share my screen now?
Yes, please.
Yeah. My first question is, yeah, here in the scatter plot, I have created a parameter showing top end customers, right? If I change this, see, something is changing. If I'm giving 10, it should display only 10, right? 10 customers. No, am I missing something here?
No, so there will be returns also. No, the customer can do return also in that case. So if customer has purchased something and he has returned something, So what have you made over here is you are showing sales and profit. No, you have to put the customer name on that this detail now. Customer name on the detail,
Okay.
right? Yep. So now you just hover on this. As you can see, this is the customer name. This.
Yeah, my
This.
first question is I'm just giving the parameter value as 10. Since you are saying it's including both returns and not returned, and it is showing likewise.
Return. So you now pick the returned value. Return column. You have the status column. Status column.
Yeah.
Put it on the color.
So for me, it is showing only one. Even I created a calculated field for that. Is this correct?
I mean, we don't need a calculated field for this.
Yeah.
It will happen automatically. Can I see your join? What join have you created? Click on orders.
Inner join.
You have to make a left join. Join has to be left.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, now it is showing. Okay. And yeah, this is what I have. Yeah. Thank you.
Just give me a second. So see, today, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the topic of group and set. So we will see how we do the grouping and data set on the data. So let me just share a quick data set with you for that.
Using case structure is fine for the conditions rather than if.
Sorry.
Using case structure, right? Is it okay instead of if else?
Okay, both are same. So both are same. You can use either case or if. So both are same. So I've shared a file over here with all these startups. Okay. What I've done is, I've shared a file over here now, which is in this, what we have is we have the data of 1,000 startups over here. Just please just open it up. Okay. See now, this data that we have in this, what we have is we have like information of 1,000 startups, like a particular startup into which industry does it belongs, right? You can see this is the name of the company, Overhex, and it is a software. It belongs to the software industry. Description of that, the firm, in which year was it founded, how many employees does it have, in which state city was it, in which state and city was it founded. So you have that information, and in the second tab, you have the financials, right? As in for that particular startup, in which 2015, what was the revenue, what was the expenses, what was the profit, and then what was the growth. Similarly, in 2014, what was the revenue, expenses, and profit. So that is how you have the information for all these 1,000 startups. So what we need to do is we will try to do an analysis where we will try to find out which industry was giving highest revenue in 2015. We will try to find the startups which gave the which are the best for the investment. So that is what we will try to do in this analysis now. So let's jump onto the tablet. So we'll click on Excel and try to load the data over here. Right. So 1,000 startups. So you can all load this. So you'll have to create a join between the two files. So you have overview and you have financials. Okay, done everyone. So now we come to sheet 1 and we will make a chart. So the chart that we're going to make is, I'm going to make a chart on industry. How much 2015 revenue was generated across the different industries? 2015 revenue. Right? So can you all make this chart? So revenue by industry. So now you see over here, right? We have all the industries over here. Now suppose what I want to do is, I am saying that IT services and software, they are technically same. I do not want to show these two industries as separately, correct? So there are two ways by which I can combine. One way would be, I will go in my data. I will say, okay, wherever that those industries are coming, I can rename them, right? So what I can do is I can rename these two together. I can say, okay, these are, if I select the two values from here, that is IT industry, IT services, and the software. So I'll select the two and I will rename them as IT, whatever name it is. So basically this, and we'll have to select the software in this. I will rename it. I will call them as something like, suppose, information technology, and I will replace the values. Right? This is what I can do now. This is one way. But this has a drawback, right? This has a drawback that I have to transform my data somewhere. So tomorrow, if I have to use the same file again, I might not be able to do it. So in order to tackle that thing, what we are doing over here now is, I am going to do the grouping of the data over here itself. Uh, in this tableau only, we have a feature which we call it as grouping, where we can group the data. So how can I group the data is, I'm going to right click on industry and I will say create group. Okay, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to say create group. And in this group, I am going to select IT services and press control key and click on software. So please do this. Once you select the two, you have just click on group. You want to give some name to it, you can do it. If you want to give the same name that you are getting right now, you can give it as the same also. And you just have to click on apply and OK. So you can see now the two fields are grouped together. So I will remove industry from here and I'll bring industry group in this. And let's sort the data. And there you go. So now this is what is called as group. Now in the grouping, what you can do is if you right click and edit that field, edit the group, you can make multiple groups also, right? Suppose if you feel you want to make another group where you want to combine security and suppose let's say uh, insurance and financial services, you want to combine these two together. So you can select the two and you can say group, right? So you can group them as well and click on apply and okay. So you will have two groups now. Those two things are also combined, financial services and insurance. Okay. Now what we do is let's add a new sheet in this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the sets over here. Now what happened in this is now this is a little something like grouping only, but little more advanced. I will say I will not say advanced, little bit different from that. Suppose now I do one thing. I make this chart where I have the industry and I want to show the 2015 revenue on this. Okay, let me just reverse this. This is the chart. See, now what I do is if I say that I want that if someone takes a look at this chart, that IT service and software, I don't want to group them together, but what should happen is if anyone takes a look at it, he or she should be able to identify that okay, they belong to the same family or they belong to the same category, right? So I want that they should be able to identify, but the values should not be grouped together. So what I can do in this case is one way could be I pick up the industry and put it on the color. So right now what will happen is all the industries will get different colors. So I will say let me change the color. So I will change the colors like this. I will make all of them as blue and IT service and software that we have. This I'll make it as red and this also I'll make it as red, for example. Right, so if you will take a look at it chart, so the chart itself tells you by looking at the chart, a person will get an idea that okay, IT service and software they belong to the same family. But don't you think it was a little tedious task, right, doing this up? So what we can rather do in this is we can create a set over here. So let me remove the industry from color. I right click on my industry and I will say I would like to create a set. Now when you create a set, you will see this dialog box that opens up. It looks something like a filter box that we used to get. Now over here, I am going to select IT services and software, right? I click OK. Now a set has been created, industry set. Now the benefit of this set is if I put this set on the color, I'll get the bifurcation that these are two same, these are inside the set, rest of the values are outside the set, right? So I can see that thing. Now the benefit of set is that whatever values you have kept inside that, they will always walk around together. Suppose I put this set on the filters. Now it is showing me the values which are inside the set. Okay. By default, it shows like this. Right click. Now it is, because in the filter there is a setting that is show members in set. We are going to say show in and out of set. So first of all, I'll just wait so that you all first make a set and put on the color. Then we'll take it ahead. Yep, are you able to do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now I had dragged this set in the filters. So if you change the setting from here, right, you say show in and out. Now you have in and out over here, and then you can say show filter. Now you can select whether you want to see inside the set or outside the set. So whatever you want to see, you can do that. So set is like something which is very, very useful. I mean, a lot of questions are asked in the interviews, right? Wherever you will go for the interviews of Tableau, 110% there will be a question that will be asked, what is the difference between a group and a set, right? So to understand that set better, we'll do another example over here. So all of you create a chart where I would like to see the revenue and expenses of all the 1000 startups, right? So I'll be making a scatter plot. So 2015 revenue and 2015 expenses. Right? So I put all the 1000 startups that I have, the name of the IDs on the, maybe let's not put name, let's not put IDs, let's put name in the detail. So this is where I can see all the 1000 startups. Okay. Now what we do over here is all the 1000 startups. Suppose I want to highlight or I want to see those expenses. I want to, because see, if you will have to invest the money, correct? Definitely your choice will be that you would like to invest the money in those startups where the expenses were low and the revenue was high, correct? That is what your criteria would be if you are an investor and you have to invest your money, right? So what I can do over here right now is I'm going to come up and I'm going to say on this name, the name financials, let's create a set. I'll create a set over here. Now I'm going to create a set based on a condition. I want to see the companies for whom the 2015 expenses were less than 5 million. 5 million, right? So now I put that. So create a set. Okay. So if you make that set now, so this financials, if you put this on the color, see now the companies which have expense less than 5 million, they are in blue, and outside the set they are in gray. Right? You can change the colors if you want. So if you want to edit the colors, so you can make inside as green, outside as red, apply, and okay. You just give me 1 minute here. Okay, sorry, yeah. Are you able to make this? This set, right? So can you do one thing? Create one more set, and in that set, now what you have to do is you have to highlight the companies which have revenue more than 10 million.
For the same year you're asking, 2015?
2015. The same chart in the same chart. We have to highlight the companies which have more revenue of more than 10 million.
Okay.
Done. Right. So what we do is we simply just on the financials we create another set, and that will be a condition by fee 2015 revenue should be greater than 10 million. Right. I click on OK. And now if I bring this over here on the color, now the chart changed, right? Now it highlights those companies which are having revenue more than 10 million. Now what you can do is if you want to combine the two set together, you can do that. Right? If you have two set with you, 1 and 2, right click on any one of them and you can say create combined set. Now in this, what we can do is combined set if we create. Now what I do is this is the first set, this is the second set that I create. Set 1 and set 2. Okay. And I will say shared members in both the sets. Right. So these are like joins. If you want to see complete data of both the set, that all the data of set 1 and set 2 should be visible, you can use this option. If you want only the common data between the two should be visible, you can use this set. If you click OK, see now combined set creates an altogether a new set. So if I bring this on the color, so it shows you only the common data.
For me, the primary set is greater than 10 million first. Can I reorder or is it okay?
Sorry?
No, for me, while creating the combined set, the primary set showed the second one for me.
So on whichever set you right click, so that comes as a primary one. So if you would have clicked on this one, this shows you at first. If you click on this one, this comes as first.
But anything is fine, right?
But the output will be same.
Okay.
Right. So now if I ask you, right, this chart that we have created, if I ask that you want to attach it to a parameter, right? Now what has happened is we are showing those companies which have a profit, a revenue or expense as a fixed value. So you want, you can also assign parameters over here if you want. Like for example, if I create a parameter, Let's create a new parameter. Now I'm calling this parameter as revenue parameter. And value will be integer. And I'm giving a range that in the revenue, a person can select the values from 5 million, to maximum of 12 million with a step size of 1 million. Okay, now just see, you will get it. I made a parameter. If I say show parameter over here, so a person can select 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what I will do is this set that was created. In this set, what I will do is this revenue set, I will edit the set where I had given this condition, I will assign. So I will not get that drop down option over here. So in the set, you have to write a formula, and that formula is simple. The same formula that you have written over here, you are going to say that I want to highlight those companies where sum of 2015 revenue is greater than revenue parameter. That's it. This is a formula that you will have to create, and your chart will get connected to the revenue parameter.
Amit, can you please show once again?
Sure. So first you make a parameter, right? So by just right clicking in this field over here where you can just from where you can create a parameter.
Did you give any step size there? Can you just show that parameter?
Sorry.
No, can you just show that parameter? Did you
What
give
that I
any
given
step
1 million.
size?
So minimum value I have given this 5 million,
Okay.
maximum 12 million, and step size 1 million.
Okay, in that show parameter, right? How the step size will be indicated? I'm not getting this step size.
So step size is like first value is 5 million. So I've
Okay.
given a range. So I'm defining that he can, these values will jump by 1 million, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. Okay.
So that is what step size. If I will keep the step size as say suppose 2 million, so it will be 5, 7, 9, 11, that way.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So is this created parameter? Is it is this needed for everyone, or anyone needs any help in this?
Yeah, I'm good.
So what we have done is after this parameter is created, we just go to that set, that revenue set. You edit that set. So where we had put up a condition as by field, now you make it by a formula. That sum of revenue 2015 should be greater than revenue parameter. So this way your parameter will now get linked to this. If you click on apply and OK, see now the chart is connected to this. If I make this as 10, 11, 12, the chart is changing according to that. Based on the parameter that we have given, the value is changing. And you can write dynamic title also. Suppose I write a title as sales and revenue. Sorry, not sales, expense and revenue. Now, if you see, revenue is something which a person is selecting from this parameter. So you can, insert and you will find the parameter name coming, parameter revenue. If you select that up, click on apply and OK. See, it shows like this: expense and revenue 8 million. Whatever you will select, the value will come over there in the title. You can also do the formatting if you want, right? If you click on this format parameter, sorry, not from here, from that edit parameter only. right? In this, now what you can do is you can say display format numbers and show the numbers in millions. That will be better because if you see this number looks very this big, 8 million, right? 9 million. That way it will be better.
Amit, in the title, right? Similarly, can I insert a field for the year?
Sorry.
No, I can insert any field, right, in the title if I want to display expenses and revenue for this year or any other
Huh.
field. Will it work?
You can do that. You can do that.
Okay.
So if you have anything, so you have these fields that you have. So those fields should be in the chart.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is how you work with the group and this is how you work with this set, right? So I hope you all are able to understand this whole concept of this.
Yeah, getting it. You made this parameter, right? You can we give this formula to any of the set?
Huh?
No, we
I mean,
created two sets, right? We created two sets. Or you
uh,
clicked, I mean, you gave the formula for the combined set or any of the set.
no, this formula will be applied to. So I am changing. This is the revenue parameter, right? I
Yeah.
am changing the parameter. So I will assign it to the revenue set in that case. The revenue set. Because combined set is just a dependent set, right? It is something which
Yeah.
is dependent on this and this. So the assignment of that will be done on that. If it was a revenue, I will assign it to the revenue set. If I will create a expense parameter, I will assign it to the expense set.
Okay. In that case, these two sets are based on revenue. I can click on any of the set, right? And create, I mean, assign that parameter.
Can you come again?
No, in that case, set one and set two based on the revenues. I can give the formula in any of the set, right? Or no?
No, set one is on revenue and set two is on expense, correct?
No, I lost you. Your voice was breaking.
So I am saying we have created two sets,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
So there are two sets that we have created. One is of expense and one set is of revenue. So if you are creating a revenue parameter that you want the user should be able to change the revenue.
Okay.
So in that case, if you have created a revenue parameter,
Mhm.
revenue parameter will be assigned to revenue set,
Okay.
right? Revenue set. And if you are creating a expense parameter, so that will be assigned to expense set,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah, getting it.
Because ultimately the goal is that we want rather than keeping the revenue and expense as a hard coded or as a fixed value, we
Okay.
are giving a feature a user should be able to change it.
Okay. Yeah, getting it. Because if I have one particular global parameter for both expenses and revenue, can I assign that? Will it work?
But it will not make sense, right? You can
Yeah.
assign because expense range is different, revenue range is different.
Okay.
So you change it. So if you will select 5, so both the things will become 5. That revenue should be more than 5 million and expense should be less than 5 million. So you can do that. But it will be just connected. You
Okay. I
change.
can do that global parameter in logical scenarios. Like if it have the same, two fields having the same range, I can go for that,
Correct.
right? One parent. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Amit, and one last question. Don't scold me because you were explaining about joins and blending. I got the concept 100%, but while working, I was thinking like while combining more data sources, whether we need to go for join or blending. How it comes? It comes through experience or how we need to decide.
So we discussed basically what happened is like blending is required in that case where the grouping is required. Where
Okay.
first you know that if you don't group the data, you will get the wrong results, right? Like many to many relationship that we have in the Power BI.
Yeah.
Same way, when you know that the grouping has to be done, then only you will get the correct result. That is where you will use data blending. Otherwise, data joins are fine. Most of the cases, 70, 80, 90% you will be using data joins only.
Okay.
Grouping of the data is required. That is where blending will come into picture.
Okay. This way I can remember. Okay, got it. And do you have any exercise for the sets and grouping? Because if we work then and there, we can able to remember things.
I'll do that. I'll share that. So I just will. So in fact, if you want, you can do it by yourself from the sample superstore data that the exercise that you worked on,
Yeah.
right? This exercise. So in that only you can try that who are the customers who have given you the profit more than, you know, you can check from the values like more profit of more than 5,000, 7,000. Highlight those customers or highlight those customers who have given you the sales of more than this value. So you can try on that also, that sales, the superstore data set that you have, or
Okay.
the exercise that you worked upon yesterday. On that also you can do it.
Okay.
Right. So I mean these techniques are something you can try on any data set. So they
Yeah.
will work on any data set. You can just pick data set and you can try based on your understanding. You try to figure out that what I should highlight or what should I where should I create a group or a set, and you can do that.
Like you're saying, you can design a profit and sales parameter within this range. Do we need to practice like that?
That way. So you
Okay.
can just pick a chart, like you can see that just assume this chart is for this is the sales, this is the profit, and these are all the customers. So you
Okay.
take a look at it and you say, let me highlight those customers who have given me the sale of more than 5,000, or let me highlight those customers who have given me the profit of more than 2,000. So you
No.
can create a group and set over there,
Okay.
right? So this is where I think we'll come to a stop for today. So then tomorrow we will be talking about some of the analytical features that we have in Tableau. So that we will talk about how we can do that. And then I'll give you a small project to work upon.
Okay.
Okay. So probably I think by Monday, Tuesday, we will be through with Tableau as well. So it should take 2 or 3, maximum 2 classes or 3 more. I think that is what we will do.
And Amit, using this wildcard characters, right? I have filtered out two customer names by using the filter. I have excluded. I just scroll down and manually. If I try with this wildcard, right, using contains, I can't able to see the results. Is it fine if I go and exclude the persons manually, or do I need to go for the wildcard?
No, you can exclude manually also.
Okay.
So wildcard similar name will also get excluded. So if you want to be specific that these names have to be excluded, you can do that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is all I have. Thank you so much for the session.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.